Dare to dream, dream, dream. Welcome to the Dare to Dream radio show. I'm your host, Debbi Dachinger. Join me every week as I interview inspiring guests from all walks of life, all ages, all backgrounds, all parts of the world, who had a dream and found a way to make that dream come true. Listen to this worldwide award-winning radio show every week and learn to dare to dream and make your dreams come true. Sit back and enjoy, and welcome.
You can be anything, a rock star, beauty queen, fly with a broken wing, baby. If you dare to dream, dare to dream, dare to dream.
Welcome. This is Debbi Dachinger. Very, very pleased to be here with you. In a little bit, I'll be talking about awareness and peace. I really wish for everybody a lot of peace, actually. That brings something up of interest. You know, some of you already know that I've got a guest here today who is a psychic medium. And interestingly enough, the last 2 weeks of my life, I have had two friends who have had significant losses. And, I may bring that up a bit later because I want to find out, as someone who has not endured the significant loss but is deeply sensitive to the one who has, what do you do for somebody? How can you show up when there's another side and maybe people aren't ready for a reading and so forth? But, timing is pretty amazing to me that he is here today because we booked this so many months ago. At the same time, and let me give you a little heads up, this is Thomas John, and he's a global psychic sensation. He's wowed audiences across the world with his impressively accurate messages from the other side. He's hosted sold-out events such as A Night with Spirit, Spirit Circles, and Dinner with the Dead. Thomas John is one of the most coveted psychic mediums. He's in high demand with influencers, A-list celebrities, and those at crossroads in life. And that's really what pulls me to the next piece, crossroads in life. I was very honored yesterday. James Van Prague asked me to be on his radio show with him, and we took callers almost the entire time, and it was amazing the theme that arose from people, what people are going through right now. There's a lot of turmoil, but I would say the theme for everybody was crossroads. Where do I move? What's going on with my job? I don't really have money, my relationship. A lot of crossroads. I kept having this image of Jesus with the cross on his back, that's what people are feeling right now. What I can also say about a crossroads in earnest from my own life is that it breaks us wide open. When we say bring it, when we go into the direction of what's happening and allow it to happen and feel our feelings, it actually allows the next great piece of who we are to be and do. And on this planet here, we must go through this. And I know it feels like a trial for anyone going through it. You have my deep compassion as a sensitive because I too have been there, but I know the other side is glorious indeed when we will go through. So a couple of quotes for you. Eckhart Tolle wrote, "Peace comes from being aligned with the present moment. Wherever you are, you feel that you are home because you are home." He also said, "Forgiveness happens naturally as soon as you realize that the past cannot prevail against the power of presence." And one more quote from Eckhart Tolle, "People don't realize that now is all there ever is. There is no past or future except as memory or anticipation in your mind." So I offer to those of you who are going through times or know others going through times and you feel care and concern for them, what we can do during these times is bring awareness to stressful and overwhelming situations. Allow acceptance, because it is what it is, right? Just as it is. And receive. What I know, too, about going through tough times is that there is so much love. People really want to be there for us. And it's amazing sometimes where the goodness, the kindness, the care comes from. So just allow yourself to receive. And ask yourself in every worrying situation, what is the problem now? Is there a problem now? Because usually when we're totally, truly present, we realize that we have everything we need in this moment. So ask if you can be free in this moment, not for the rest of your life, just in this moment. The only place where you can be free is in this moment. And when we stay in the present, we make wiser choices and take things less personally. It's compelling. It's emancipating. It's often the best to do the opposite of what fear is telling you to do. A little trick that I use, if anxiety comes up in my life, and being an entrepreneur, by the way, that can happen, about clients, money, sometimes when there's a downtime, or other things, what I will do for myself, I recognize first awareness, there's some anxiety or panic here. And the next thing I do is become fully present. And I do that by saying, there's a roof over my head. There's clothes on my back. There's love in my life. There's food in the fridge. There's a puppy who loves me. You understand, ... I fill in all the bullet points, and suddenly I'm present, and I realize I have everything I need right now. I have everything I need, and I can let it go. So surrender and let go. Do the opposite of what fear tells you to do. Self-care is a divine responsibility. So love yourself like it's your job, because it is. Love yourself. Care with self-care. It is your divine job. What a wonderful job to sign up for every day. Well, Thomas John is here. He's one of the world's top psychics who's made innumerable accurate psychic predictions about celebrities that have come to pass often months after he has reported them to the media, including the death of Whitney Houston, the splitting of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, the death of Michael Jackson, and the circumstances surrounding the birth of the royal babies. Thomas John has also had countless visions surrounding medical breakthroughs, political events, and natural disasters which have come to pass in record time. Thomas John has been prominently featured in top media, including New York Magazine, Wall Street Journal, New York Post, GQ Maxim, OK Magazine, Hollywood Reporter, and Life and Style Weekly, along with broadcast appearances on Dr. Phil, Bravo's $1 Million Listing New York, and The Real Housewives of New York, and Entertainment Tonight. His first novel, which I've just read, is Never Argue with a Dead Person, true and unbelievable stories from the other side. You can find his book on his website, also on Amazon, and learn more at his website, which is mediumthomas.com. Thomas, welcome to Dare to Dream. It's great to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's my honor and pleasure.
I'm really looking forward to our conversations on your journey and your gifts as a sought-after psychic medium. So I mentioned your book. I want to start there. Kudos. I cried. I literally cried through some of the chapters. I was compelled, and I feel like your experiences have been really extraordinary. So I'd love first just to top this off by saying, how do you work as a psychic medium? What do you prefer clients or people who might call in today come and share in order to get a session started?
Well, I am, as you said, I'm an intuitive. I'm a, psychic, clairvoyant, medium. I'm one of those people also that I don't really care what term, some people don't like the word psychic or don't like the word medium. I don't kind of really care what you call it. Basically, I'm somebody who has a really heightened sense of intuition. Of course, we're all intuitive. We're born intuitive. It's in our biological DNA. We can't actually not be intuitive. But sometimes we choose not to pay attention to it, or we choose to, make other decisions. But we're all definitely all intuitive. So I'm just somebody who, like we all have athletic abilities, but some people are professional athletes. Like we all are creative people, but some people are well-known artists. And, I am an intuitive. That's what I do. But we do all have this gift within us. As far as, people calling and stuff, I usually for radio shows just have people, ask me one question and just kind of be open to what comes through. But if you can kind of keep it focused on one question, that is sort of preferred.
Beautiful. And you said that spirits who have passed to the other side have no egos. What do you mean by that, Thomas? No egos?
Well, when when we are in the living physical world, part of our journey here is to do a lot of learning and to do a lot of, growth, and that's what happens on the other side. But we leave the part behind here on the physical world where we judge ourselves, the self-esteem issues that we all face, the sort of anxieties that we all have, the fears that we all have. All of those things, when we go to the other side, are left behind. Okay, they're not a part of what we bring to the other side. We are a soul on the other side. So we really come at things from an attitude and a perspective of love, of compassion, and we're less focused on our emotional body and more focused on our soul body. Really, is how I would describe it.
Fabulous. Well, we have a lot of callers. I know the lines are full, so I'm going to take one right now. I don't have your name, but I know line 3 was the first one to call in, so we will take her first. And welcome to Dare to Dream. If you would give us your name, and please tell Thomas what your question is. Line 3. Do we have anybody there?
Yeah, you are. Bonnie Hannah.
Hi, what's your name?
Bonnie Hannah.
Hi, Bonnie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Great. And what is your question for Thomas?
My question is, I want to know if my mother realizes that she was wrong about my kids and I, and that's about it.
Okay, well, we can kind of see what comes up. I don't know exactly maybe what's going to come up and stuff, but so your first name is Bonnie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you what comes up first. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but I want to tell you that did your mother transition recently? Is this a recent thing? Because I'm getting a woman coming through that taps more recently.
It's my mother-in-law. Yeah.
Oh, that's your mother-in-law. Okay, so that's who I'm picking up. Then I can't. Sometimes I can't because I'm getting a woman who's coming through. Yeah, so she's definitely coming through. I mean, I'm getting somebody who's passed in I want to say February or January of this year. Is that
February. Your
mother-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
so she is coming through. I want to ask you too. She's very, very happy. Something about I don't know exactly what this is, but there's a baby that she's talking about that she got to meet, or there's a baby that she's telling me that she got to meet at the end. I don't know if there was a new baby that came in the family, but she was talking about that. I want to ask you too, why is your mother-in-law showing me the letter N?
Nana, that's what we call her, Nana.
Okay, that's it. And who is Mike, honey?
Never called her grandma, always Nana.
Okay. And who is Mike?
Oh my God, that's my husband and son.
Okay. So I just want you to know, your mother-in-law, she's a very, very strong energy. What she's talking about is, I don't know how involved she was, but she is telling me she must have had some sort of awareness of the difficulty that you had with your mom. Is that correct? I mean, did she know that you had this problem or something?
She knew I had a problem with my brother and sister and my mother. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So she knew about what I'm saying is your mother-in-law, even though it didn't involve her directly, she did know about this family conflict, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I want to say that I do feel a little bit of an energy of
she
your
might
mom.
not have known specifically, but she knew there was something.
She knew there was, some sort of drama or something. One of the things is one of the things I want to tell you is I do get, I'm not getting a lot about it, but I am getting with your mom that there was a lot of confusion with her at the end. So but I just get this feeling with her. I get a tremendous amount of confusion. And I want to say that there's a part of your mom that sort of, very much kind of knew what she was doing, but then there's a part of her that I want to say she was a little bit confused what was going on, or I feel like mentally maybe she was kind of confused or something. So I just want to tell you that. I do feel that and who is Miriam? Because I'm picking up on a woman that's crossed over.
God.
Miriam?
That's my mother.
Okay, that's your mom. So she I want to say she definitely knows. She is coming through. But I have to tell you, honey, why when I pick up on your mom's energy, why is she telling me that her brain wasn't working correctly?
She had some mini strokes.
Okay, she had mini strokes.
And then she just went to her bathroom one night and died.
Okay, because she I felt like she is bringing that up. I want to tell you that she's talking about somebody with an S, who I'm not sure who that is, but there's a female energy that she's referring to. Mom's talking about with the letter S. And,
S like Sam?
S like Sam, a woman, yeah. Mm-hmm. And, and Mom is saying that she feels that she was wrong about that person, or she misunderstood something or something like that. I want you to know that just from your mom's perspective, what I'm hearing her say is that she is sorry. And, she's sorry for it. And I think there is awareness, there is a knowingness of all that. And I feel that, yes, there is a knowingness of this. But I want to say your mother-in-law, I mean, there's just a tremendous amount of love from her. She looks at you basically like a daughter. And they just are kind of reminding you, nothing scary, but just make sure you take care of yourself. They want you to make sure you're taking care of yourself. I think you put a lot of other people first. Make sure you're putting yourself first too.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh,
amazing.
All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
That was beautiful. Thanks, Bonnie, for calling in.
Thank you.
You know, Thomas, sometimes you do large group readings. You have about 300 people in an auditorium space where you describe spirits and you read certain people. One of the stories in your book that I was quite taken back by is a story about a son who died by the name of Douglas. And it turns out there are two women who sit next to each other. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about that story? It was pretty uncanny.
Right. Well, there's always lessons in different things. And, people come to events like that and they think, oh, my God, 300 people, that's, I'm never going to get a reading. But one of the things you find, and of course, sometimes I done groups of even 1,000 people, and one of the reasons that mediums demonstrate, obviously, because one of the things is, we want to get our message out there. We want to start the moral of the story. The reason that we all of us do this work is to show that love, like life, never dies and life continues after death. So what's interesting and what's cool about it is everybody who comes to an experience like that does get a healing. They may not realize it in the moment. They may not exactly understand it in the moment. But if you are open to it, I should say if you are open to it, if you're open to receiving a healing, doesn't matter if there's 5,000 people in a room like that. Everybody is touched. Everybody does get a connection. And so, one of the things I like to remind people when they come to things like that, and I have a bunch of events coming up this summer too, is people, I tell people, instead of thinking about when's my turn, where's my dead person, think about it like every turn, every spirit that comes through is a turn for you. Every spirit that comes through is a message for you. It may not be the person that you want to talk to. It may not be even directed towards you. But if one person's grandmother comes through, everybody's grandmother comes through. If one person's brother comes through, everybody's brother comes through that's passed. So that's one way that I suggest people. And people, if you're open to healing, in that way, you will be touched by the experiences. And almost every time I have people. So in that story, it was an interesting parallel because I did have a spirit come through. And it was interesting because two women had lost their son. Very similar situations, similar names. I think there was even actually similar, dates. It was like it was almost
May 4th.
Yeah, right. And so what ended up happening was, it ended up that it was kind of both the sons coming through, and they sort of did explain the differences, so we were able to kind of validate both their presences. But what was interesting is both people had lost their son. Very similar circumstances. One woman had gone on to start a charity to raise awareness about certain causes that changed her whole life. She had gone on to write a couple best-selling books. She was lecturing all around the world. She had started a center. She went back and got a PhD in spiritual psychology. The other woman had become an alcoholic, had gained 100 pounds, had divorced her husband who loved her very much, had, distanced herself from other children, had quit her job out of depression. And so the story was really that, we all have experiences in life that we face that we don't want it, right? We all have things at the door that we hope the door never opens on that. We all hope. I don't know anybody who comes in this life and says, oh my God, I hope somebody dies in my life. I hope I have to bury my mother at a young age. I hope I lose a child. Nobody wants that type of thing. But what happens is one of the reasons, and I think it's, we have an understanding that I think is becoming more clear, but I think with the spiritual movement and the New Age movement, there's been a little bit of a misunderstanding that people somehow have misunderstood, that they are under the impression, or they get confused in their own thinking, but then when you catch them in it, they're like, of course I understand that. But we have this belief system that the more spiritual things we do, the more searching we do, the more seeking, that our life becomes easier in some way. That's not the truth. What is the truth is that we give ourselves better tools and better equipment. And so that when we go through the experiences we don't want to, because we're all going to have experiences that happen to us that we don't want to deal with. We are better equipped. We're better able to handle things. So instead of why me, it's like, well, why not you? Of course it would be you. That's part of the human experience. And so it was just, the parallel there was just that the one woman had gone totally left and one woman had gone totally right, faced with the same horrible situation. And that's not in a judgment, but it was just very clear that, again, we have these experiences, and then that's where the meaning-making happens. That's where we say, okay, this really, really sucks. What am I going to do to change this? What am I going to do to use this as a learning experience?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the thing that really also stood out in the book is that these two women end up sitting next to each other in this enormous audience, never knew each other to start with, and they both had a son named Douglas who had passed, both on the same date. I mean, it was amazing. And, of course, they develop a relationship after your reading for both of them. It was really deep and very beautiful how spirit can pull people together. Well, people who have been so patient know that when we come back from break, we will be taking more of your calls in order. You're listening to Dare to Dream Radio. You can get the Dare to Dream Radio mobile app from iTunes. It's free. It's called Dare to Dream with Debbi Dachinger. And also join me after the show on Facebook at Dare to Dream Radio and TV. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dane here, and I would like to invite you to an adventure in being. I've just written and finished a new book known as Being You, Changing the World. Are you one of those dreamers? One of those people who's always known that other possibilities should be available but haven't yet been able to see them be created? Well, I wrote this book for you. In it, you'll find tools, processes, and unique perspectives to change the things you've always wanted to change but didn't know how. In it, you'll find an invitation to a different possibility for a way that we can be in this world that changes not only our lives, but by being us, allows us to contribute to changing everything planet-wide that doesn't work. Are you aware that truly great people, truly being them, is the only thing that has ever created a great change on this planet? Are you willing to step up? Are you willing to be one? Check out a copy of my new book, Being You, Changing the World. I invite you to go to beingyoubook.com for a free gift.
Tell the world about your product or business. Advertise on Dare to Dream Radio. The award-winning program is syndicated on over 60 stations, has a big following, and large listenership. If you're ready to expand your reach, become a sponsor or advertiser on Dare to Dream Radio. Best rates? Great results. Email at ads@DebbiDachinger.com. That's ads@DebbiDachinger.com.
What if the world doesn't function the way we've been told? What if we truly can bend the laws of physical reality? What if we can end limitation? What if weird were the coolest thing you could be? And what if it's time for a totally different reality? Are you ready to create it? Are you ready to dream as big as you dare? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything in my life changed for me. This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Gandhi, Galileo, and Aristotle all knew to be true. It's not about the answer. It's about being the question. Always. It's about truly being you, whatever that looks like, and changing this world. Is now the time? Start by signing up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. That's beingyouclass.com. What if you are the gift and the change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
MyBestsellerBook.com helps you self-publish, and you keep all the royalties. Even if your book is already published, MyBestseller.com will help you become a best-selling author. Your book will be promoted to a large global following. Enjoy a press release and book review. Make your next book launch bigger and better. MyBestsellerBook.com has long-term client credibility and 100% success in turning books into bestsellers. MyBestsellerBook.com.
Tell the world about your product or business. Advertise on Dare to Dream Radio. The award-winning program is syndicated on over 60 stations, has a big following, and large listenership. If you're ready to expand your reach, become a sponsor or advertiser on Dare to Dream Radio. Best rates, great results. Email ads@DebbiDachinger.com. That's ads@DebbiDachinger.com.
Are you ready to work with a leader whose clients get results? Debbi Dachinger believes you were born with a unique gift. She leads exceptional teleseminar classes and consults leaders and executives to go beyond obstacles and limits. Clients worldwide receive accelerated results and are catapulted into spectacular successes. For an appointment, go to www.DebbiDachinger.com.
Debbi Dachinger's Radio Interview Mastery Program is a unique branded system that works. MediaMasteryRadio.com puts you on a fast track to grow your business and easily book interviews. Learn how at MediaMasteryRadio.com. Debbi is fiercely committed to guiding entrepreneurs, authors, speakers, healers, and business people. Learn how to leverage your radio appearances to grow your business and increase your visibility at MediaMasteryRadio.com.
Research shows we apologize up to 10 times a day, and most of the time, we say sorry as a response to someone else's mistake. What if we thanked people instead of all that unnecessary apologizing? So instead of saying, sorry, I'm rambling, you say, thank you for listening. Join us at ProjectForgive.com, a free, non-religious resource on global forgiveness.
I love my life. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am free. I love my life. I am wonderful. I am magical. I am me. I love my life.
Hi, this is Debbi Dachinger, Dare to Dream Radio, and I am interviewing Thomas John. You can find more about him at mediumthomas.com. And I know there's a lot of callers. Just want to let you know if you can't get through or getting a busy signal, just be patient. Try again. We do have a lot of callers. And we're going to bring Karen onto the show. Karen, welcome to Dare to Dream.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And Thomas, I'm open for whatever comes up. My question has to do around business, possibly business transition, and maybe how that might be tied to my dad.
All right, sounds good. So business transition, wondering where all that's going, and you're kind of open to receiving whatever you need to hear. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Okay. May I ask, are you a healer in some way? I mean, do you do healing work in any sort of way?
Yes, and I want to expand that further.
Okay. Your healing work is coming up big. Like they're basically showing me. You know what I heard as soon as you sort of just asked your question? I didn't even know what you were, but as soon as I heard your voice, I heard now's the time, now's the time, now's the time. Because I just am seeing. I'm sorry. What's your first name again?
Karen.
Karen. I'm just seeing with you, Karen, that don't you feel like you've been playing small a little bit? Because I just feel that you've been like, you kind of know that there is, I mean, when you sit quietly with yourself, you must be aware that there's like a bigger purpose for you than what you're doing. I mean, of course, everything is a step to a step, but do you ever think like, wow, I'm going to probably do big things someday. I don't know when and where and how, but there's like, don't you get that feeling with you? Because I get it so strongly that you're going to really going into expansion, but you have a big purpose here. Do you understand that?
I do. I feel like I'm hiding under a lampshade sometimes.
You are a little bit. It's really, some of it has to do with fear around money. Some of it has to do with fear around money. Some of it has to do with some of the stuff with your childhood. They're just showing me that there was a lot of needing to prove yourself. Do you understand that? Like when you were growing up, that there was a lot of like, you had to prove yourself a lot. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. A lot of proving, a lot of, competition, things like that. So I just feel that, you're in this cycle, if this makes any sense to you, where it's like constantly I have to prove myself. But after a while, it's like, okay, you've proven yourself, so now it's time for the next step. I do want to tell you that this came in really strong for me just when I was sitting here, as I saw you looking at a computer and doing a lot of writing, and I feel that you need to start organizing some of your writing, because they're showing me that you have different files and different things around you. Start putting those together. I want to say start putting together. Can I ask you too, there's a young male in spirit who's very, very loving towards you, very, very loving energy, passed suddenly, very kind of like an unexpected thing. I want to say either some sort of like a traumatic thing. I don't know if you have a close friend or a brother who's died. Would that come in for you at all?
Yes, my brother in an accident, yes.
Okay, well, he's very connected to you. He said that he loves you very, very much. He was showing me also that, so he's, I feel like he's one of the people that's kind of helping you. I feel like he's one of the people that wants to continue to help you and stuff. So it looks like with, when you ask about your life purpose and things like that, it looks like all of this stuff is going to be starting to show up for you. And it looks like really, I want to say you're the only one that's really holding yourself back. You're the only person who is sort of, maybe sort of questioning yourself and things like that. But I do feel that I see this starting to really open up for you and stuff. But one of the things they're showing me is writing and stuff. You are in a little bit of a you're in a transition period. I feel that you I just get that very strongly. Yeah, you are in a transition period. Is there do you have a J or a J? I don't know what that is. J, Jim.
Yeah, my brother's name is Jim.
Okay, why did I just see a huge hawk? I just got like a hawk in my head.
Oh, I relate him to hawks. Memories. I have a great story I tell about memories that flashed to me when I saw a hawk one time.
Yeah. Okay.
Strong connection.
And because I see that and stuff. I want to say that. And can I ask you too? I just want to tell you this, but was your brother at your wedding?
He was my best man.
Okay, because he's talking about your wedding, and then he's saying like shortly after he passed, or close to that he passed or something, but he's talking about that, and he's saying what a special time you had, even though when you look about it, it's kind of odd that you had this wedding, but I feel like he's laughing about it and saying that you had a wonderful time, how much, he's always with you and stuff, but yeah, you're going to write several books, but you're going to deal with a lot of big people. I mean, I feel, honestly, if you really start to really follow what you're being told and go with the writing and stuff, I mean, I feel like you could be as well known as I mean, you could be like a very, very well known. I mean, do you have like a side to you that wants to do spirituality or inspiration or wellness? Is that something you want to do?
Absolutely, all of that. Yes.
Yeah, because I could see you being almost like a Tony Robbins type of, but it's just you have a lot of charisma to you and stuff. So yeah, it's just about, it's like you just have to start putting, it's like if you build it, people will start to come. You just have to really, yeah. And as far as with your dad, I mean, I think there's a little bit of is he having health issues?
Yes.
Okay. Somehow his energy holds you back. I don't know why. Doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that that's anything about him. But I just feel that there's a little bit of a holding back there. And, I feel that, but I think that your work stuff, I kind of see it as separate from that. And it is just kind of, you're on this path and you need to kind of stay on that. So.
Nice. Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck, my dear.
Thank you.
Wow, Karen, what a great reading. Thanks for calling in, and you better write those books and come back and report to us. That's pretty exciting stuff. Thank you. And we're going to bring Barbara on the line. Barbara, thank you so much for patiently waiting, and welcome to Dare to Dream.
Thank you very much. Applied for a teacher's assistant in the public school for 29 hours. I wanted to know if I'm going to get that job.
Okay. So you want to know about job change stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Have you applied for a couple jobs?
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at this and see kind of what comes up and stuff, because it's showing me you've applied for more than one job. So are you
yes,
okay
I did.
with, okay, so are you okay with, do you want either one of them or what?
I would like the 29-hour one.
I'm going to be honest with you, the one that I'm seeing you get is about, there's a 20-hour job you're going to get. Did you apply for one that's 20 hours?
I applied for one that's 4 hours a day. Maybe that adds up to 20 hours?
Yeah, that adds up to 20 hours, honey. 4 hours a day is 20 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, well, I mean, unless
that's sort of what I'm doing now.
Well, that's the one they're showing me that you're going to get. That's the one that I'm showing you you're going to get. The 29-hour one, I feel like that's a maybe one. The 29-hour, now the 29-hour one, you would be more in the classroom, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It looks like the door is not shut on there, but you have to kind of continue to follow up, and it might be something where you get it maybe more down the road.
Okay.
But I get a strong hint on the 20-hour one, and then I get a little bit of I get a little bit of a less.
Do you know when I get an interview?
Oh, you're going to hear about it very soon. Actually, I feel that you would be hearing about it very soon. Not far away. I would say definitely within the next. I feel within the next couple weeks, next 2 weeks, next 2 or 3.
Okay.
I feel like it's not that far away. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
that's a good one.
Do you have a gentleman that passed with the letter R?
My father, Richard.
Okay. And you were close to him?
Very
okay.
close.
Because I see he's got a very loving energy towards you. I feel that he has a very loving energy towards you, and I want to. Yeah, that's just what I'm seeing. Very, very loving energy. And who's the woman around you that passed over more recently? And she's showing me that she was a seamstress, or she sewed and stuff. I think it's Betty or Beth or Elizabeth.
Betty is my mom.
Okay. And did she sew or something?
Well, she wasn't actually. She would sew, but she also was a pinner for pockets.
Okay. I want to say I feel like she's coming through a little bit too. Both of them are sending you a lot of love and support. I feel a better connection with your dad. I don't know why. If you had a better, were you a bit closer to him?
Much closer.
Yeah. Because your mom, I think, was kind of like I got more that she could be mean sometimes, and she sort of she would do things where you kind of questioned if she even liked you. I do want to just to give you a little insight about that. that was not really about you. That was more just your mom's disposition, and for some reason she wanted to. She felt it was more comfortable for her to play favorites with you and your sister. But she, but it wasn't a personal thing that you really did to her. Because I feel like you kind of not worry about it, but do you wonder why she was so nasty sometimes? Because she really was mean to you.
Yes, I do.
Like. Yeah.
But
she was very, what'd you say, honey?
I forgave her.
Yeah, you forgave her, but I just did feel that she could be just like very cruel. And she said, it was a pattern that she got stuck in and stuff. But yeah, you should be hearing with your jobs. You'll be hearing, I would say, by the 15th of June.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Thomas. I appreciate it.
Good luck, my dear. Good luck. Lots of love.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Good luck. Good luck.
When you're pondering the big questions like, is there more than this? How can I have a happy relationship? What would it take to like my body? And how do I make more money? Where do you go for information and tools? Check out the online store at accessconsciousness.com. AccessConsciousness.com has books, DVDs, instant video and audio downloads, online classes, and so much more. Subjects include abuse, changing your body, recovery, raising children, business techniques, tools to generate more money, how to have better sex and healthier relationships, just to name a few. At AccessConsciousness.com, you can also find facilitators who teach local classes on a variety of subjects. AccessConsciousness.com, your one-stop shop for tools to assist you in changing your life. All of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Go to AccessConsciousness.com to learn more.
Be laser-focused on ideal clients. Advertise on Dare to Dream Radio. Great rates at ads@DebbiDachinger.com. Create awareness of your valuable content. Sponsor the Dare to Dream radio show at ads@DebbiDachinger.com. Advertising amplifies everything you're doing towards success. Increase your business. Write to ads@DebbiDachinger.com.
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world and to like yourself a lot more? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer. It's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
Do you have a published book that never reached its bestseller potential? Are you working on a book or ebook you hope to publish soon? Do you have a book locked inside, waiting to release your message to the world? Go to mybestsellerbook.com. My Bestseller Book will launch your book to a guaranteed bestseller status. Learn more at mybestsellerbook.com.
Radio sells with immediacy. Radio sells everywhere. Radio is the cost-effective medium. Go to ads@DebbiDachinger.com. Reach is nice, but frequency is better. You're always on the front page with Dare to Dream Radio. It's an award-winning program syndicated on over 60 stations. Advertise and sponsor the Dare to Dream radio show for optimal advertising results. Email ads@DebbiDachinger.com.
What books are you reading? Are you ready for a must-read? Winner of the Inspirational Book of the Year Award and international bestsellers, Dare to Dream, This Life Counts by Debbi Dachinger, as well as the acclaimed Wisdom to Success, The Surefire Secrets to Accomplish All Your Dreams. Buy the books from Amazon today. U.S. Book Review and Writer's Digest said these are critics' picks. By Debbi Dachinger, Dare to Dream and Wisdom to Success contain gems to live your life by.
Talk radio is the most effective way to promote a book, business, product, or personal story. Done correctly, radio interviews will open doors. MediaMasteryRadio.com offers training and media strategy. At MediaMasteryRadio.com, learn to message yourself. Get results when you are interviewed, such as sales, followers, speaking gigs, and new customers. Programs, products, workshops, and private sessions at MediaMasteryRadio.com.
Welcome back to Dare to Dream. This is Debbi Dachinger. I've got the amazing Thomas John here, and we're going to have mini readings right now because we're really at the end of the show, but I want to try to get these last few people in. I'm going to bring Sherry on the show. Welcome, Sherry, to Dare to Dream. Great to have you.
Hi, thank you so much. My question is open. I had a couple questions specifically that I wanted to ask, but I'd like to just leave it open for anything that Thomas would like to comment on.
Okay. And are you open to stuff about career?
Yes, career mostly. Well, if I had to choose, it would be on manifestation of a healing in my body.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I did want to tell you when I tuned into you, for some reason I got something with your stomach. I don't know why, but I felt like there was like a little bit of an energy block in your stomach. I do see some things shifting around your body and stuff like that. I want to tell you also, too, do you have like an entrepreneurial business? Like, do you have your own business at all or anything like that? Because for some reason I'm getting something about like your own business, or you have your own business or something like that. Is that true?
I do public speaking on issues related to disability.
Okay. Because I want to say, so I think some of your own, you may do more with your own business and stuff like that. I feel that area of things expanding for you. So I just want to tell you, I do feel that will be happening. I want to tell you also too, that I don't know. I mean, just because we have limited time, I'm not sure which one it is, but your grandmother just came through to me, and she told me to tell you that you're going to walk again. So, I mean, do you have trouble walking, honey?
Yes, dear. I'm in a wheelchair. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well, you are going to walk again. You are going to walk again. I know that probably seems a little bit maybe not in the realm of things that are going on right now for you in terms of, how that would happen, but I'm actually being told through medical breakthroughs and through different things that you are going to, you will walk again.
Tell me, do you know when?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not really, also there's a gentleman here named Keith. You know
a gentleman is
Keith? Yeah, is there somebody named Keith?
Keith?
Yeah, Keith.
Yes, that's my deceased father.
That's your dad?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you, he is around you and stuff, and I want to say that even if you had a complex relationship here, he's telling me that he's around you. I have to tell you, it's very strange to me, but does your father's death have something to do with your not being able to walk? Like, did that all happen around the same time?
Absolutely. He died in the morning, and in the afternoon I had a spinal cord aneurysm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because, karmically, I feel like, I just want to tell you this, I feel like your father is telling me that when he transitioned, you took on some of his karma, and it energetically broke your back. That's what I'm being told. And so you took on his karma, and it broke your back. I know that sounds like, well, great. So now I can't walk because my dad died, but that's really psychically what I'm being shown happened. This is probably something that you and him had a lifetimes and lifetimes of agreements about. Before you even came here, you probably agreed that this was going to happen. And so it looks like you will be walking, I would say, greater than 2 years, less than 7 years from now. So somewhere like I would say 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years from now. But it looks like you will walk. You'll have some sort of thing. A medical breakthrough is going to happen where a certain part of the population who cannot walk will be able to walk again. Again, I see this as being done through a medical breakthrough, and so it is like a procedure you'll have to have, and slowly you'll walk again. Mm-hmm.
That's astounding. That is astounding.
Yeah. So you are going to, and sort of things will get back on track. So I would say hold that vision as truth, and follow the direction that's sort of setting you here. But I feel like that's what I'm supposed to have told you. So.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you for your manifestation of love.
Terry, thank you so much for calling in. And Thomas, I want to ask you, this is Dare to Dream. What do you next dare to dream? What are your future dreams and goals?
Well, I want to continue to help people, want to continue to be able to do sessions for people, want to be able to continue to teach. I love teaching. My true dream, I would have to say in life, actually, and it sounds kind of funny, but my true dream in life is I would love to go out of business. And what I mean by that is I would love everybody to be so intuitive and trust their own intuition and be so connected that they didn't need a medium or a psychic or an intuitive or a guide to even help them on that path. Since we all are naturally intuitive, and truthfully, we know that we know our truth. My spiritual teacher for the last couple of years, Carolyn Mace, says that intuition is our source of our greatest suffering. And you might think that's sort of that. How does that make sense? But basically, we're so intuitive. We're so intuitive that it's that knowingness. It's the knowingness of we're on the wrong track. It's the knowingness, that voice inside you that says you can do better than this. Wow. It's that voice inside of you that says, why are you doing that? That's not what you're supposed to be doing. And so, and for some of us, that truth is hard to hear. Sometimes that's even why we stay sick, because we would rather subscribe to, I have this pain, or I have this ailment, or I have this thing, and that's why I can't have the life that I want, because I've got this problem. Help me. And so, obviously there's also biological things too that happen. I'm not saying that in a judgmental way, but I am just saying that sometimes we do go in that. So, I just continue to, the great thing about the work that I do is it is a calling, and I feel like this is what I came here to do, and I just know that, and I just feel blessed, and I feel thankful too, because I can't do anything else. My boyfriend says I can't cook, can't clean, can't drive a car. I only take Uber, so I'm thankful that I do have this ability, because I really don't know what else I would do.
So your gifts are astounding. I mean, the producer even during one of the breaks came online and said to me, they've been running the station for decades and decades, and they have people like Dee Wallace on as hosts and other people, and they said they've never heard anyone as accurate as you, and they're really blown away. I hope you will come back to the show later on this year, and we can bring more people on and do more of this. You really are phenomenal.
Thank you. That would be my honor and my pleasure, of course.
Yes. And can you give us what one ritual or practice keeps you grounded every day? What do you do every day?
Gratitude actually is what I gratitude. I have a funny story, but I have a situation probably a couple of years ago now, but I was it's been about 3 or 4 years now, but I was dating somebody, and we were dating for a few months, and something just felt wrong. Something I just said, I don't know why. There's something that it felt off. It made a lot of sense in a lot of ways, but there was something off. And I remember we had this conversation, and he basically I had this conversation basically to say, I want to bless you. I want you to go on, but I don't think we belong together. And he went off on me, and he said, you're horrible, da-da-da-da-da. You should be providing for me, and you've been providing me, and you've been taking care of me, and how dare you leave me stranded like this, and da-da-da-da. And I thought to myself, and I looked at it, and I thought, oh my God, I have been sort of like taking care of this person, like basically in a way that's almost unhealthy. And I I gave, and he was kind of like, thought I was a weirdo, but I said, I just want to thank you so much, I said, for just totally attacking me like that, because even though I didn't like the energy of that, I just want to thank you, because I've grown so much from this, and I will never, ever, ever allow myself to create a dynamic like that again. And sometimes we have to have gratitude, even when we have a negative thing, to have gratitude for it, to say, that's an experience I won't have again. That's an experience I won't choose for myself again, things like that. So I try to just have gratitude every day, every moment, as most as I can to have that. And I do feel that raises our vibration to a degree that we can really achieve anything, and miracles can be expected to happen for sure.
That's fabulous. Oprah Winfrey said, what I know for sure is that transformation happens when you dare to be awakened to greater heights. So, Thomas John, thank you so much for being with us on Dare to Dream today. Really appreciate you and your gift.
Thank you so much, dear.
And again, you can find him at mediumthomas.com. I am about to teach a course called How to Write a Book in 60 Days. Find out more, go to Debbi Dachinger, that's DACHINGER.com. And if you have already written a book and are about to become an international best-selling author, I run a guaranteed service to do just that. Thank you so much for joining us today on Dare to Dream.
To contact the award-winning syndicated Dare to Dream radio show, go to DebbiDachinger.com. Keep your excellent feedback and comments coming. Your host, Debbi Dachinger, is an expert at goal achievement, a media personality, an international best-selling author, and a keynote speaker. Debbi leads high-quality teleseminars on how to achieve goals, how to be a self-published best-selling author, and how to get booked on radio. All classes are at DebbiDachinger.com. Debbi's best-selling books are Dare to Dream, This Life Counts, sold on Amazon, and her second book, Wisdom to Success, The Secrets to Accomplish All Your Dreams, sold online at all bookstores. Tune in again to hear the next inspiring interview guest who has turned their vision into a successful reality. Want more support in making your dreams come true? Go to DebbiDachinger.com. That's www.DebbiDachinger.com. You'll see videos, MP3s, archived interviews, and amazing products sharing the secret steps to making your dreams come true. Remember to dream big with every expectation that your dream will become real. Dreams are free, so free your dreams. What do you dare to dream?
Here I'm standing now, waiting for my time to be all that I can be. It's so easy to forget, life is in my hands, and I can change it if I want. Nothing's impossible.